7 seconds. Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Also, want to give double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who's teaching us truth and sincerity, and also the will. Peace and salutations also to the hopeful elect that scattered the four corners of the earth, so-called Negroes, Latino, Hispanics, Native American Indians, the true Israelites that's coming out, the elect nation Israel. All right, this is your brother Jonathan from Great Millstone, Detroit, just back at you with another lesson, and this is going to be more of a testimony. So I'm going to entitle this, "You All Gas, No Break Israelites," basically novices. Okay, so this is more of a testimony. So let me see what I should start off with, because this man, this is a joyful thing when you wake up, but there's a walk and also a responsibility, but also exercising wisdom. You know, so I was just on a live, just talking to a little shorty. Now, she appears as she's an Edomite, but she was a Jake, concerning her father. Your Numbers 1 and 18. And what does it say in the book of Matthew? All right. Grab that one. So this is Matthew 13, and I'll start 24. It reads, "Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed good seeds in the field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also." All right, so the Lord is talking in riddles. All right, it says, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seeds in the field. That's the Israelites. All right, it's talking about that wheat. It's talking about Israel. All right, verse 15. "But while men slept, his enemies came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way." All right, so you got our enemies out here. Just say you saw Edom, laying down with Jake women producing tares. Okay, because first off, the seed always comes by the father. So say like, you're an Edomite and you lay down with a Jake woman in the southern kingdom, even though that child might come out looking like a Israelite, he's actually a tare because his father was Edomite. So you'll have people, what I'm saying is you'll have people that'll look like they're Israelites, but their lineage their seed goes back to a heathen, and vice versa. You might see it's like I always bring him up. I'll say Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf is one of my favorite rappers. He looks like he's a so-called white man or Edomite, but he's actually a Jake, because his father is actually from the tribe of Gad, right? But this individual didn't know that, and first off, this dude didn't know if it was my woman, the woman I was dealing with. Yeah, brother, she looked like she an Edomite. You a king, brother. I'm like, bro, you're doing too much. Like, first off, you see, it's just me. It was us two just talking. Hey, Jake love women. Look at King Solomon. That one just popped up to my head. This is 1 Kings chapter 11 and 3. It says he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. But the point is, he had women of other nations. All right. And then it's like you talking so greenly. You know how some elder, like your father or your granddad, they might, you're still green. You know, you can't be green in this truth. All right. And what I'm saying is, you can't be a novice. All right. So let me get 1 Timothy 3 and 6, because this is the type of energy that he was coming on. He wasn't exerting himself. He was talking impulsively. He was being a fool, like what I heard from the Elder Manata Zakba say from South Carolina. He says, a wise man has something to say, but a fool has to say something. Because you know, first off, you offending. First, you out of order, you out of pocket, and you really don't know what you're talking about. Because right now, in these times, yes, we know the children of Israel is waking up, but it's going to be a time where you're going to really have to play Clark Kent. So let me grab this real quick. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order. Bro, you were out of pocket. You didn't even know who you were offending, because he was coming to me like I didn't know shit. But I was just one-upping him with everything. But I started to, you know, not give too much energy, because I'm like, I really think he was probably some ISUPK or a person that just listens but really don't know what they're talking about. But we know this truth is dealing with from our elders and apostles at GMS. So let me grab that 1 Timothy's real quick. I don't want to make this long and to the point. I just want to make it straight and to the point, because we're going to have more people out here like that. You know? We're going to have those super Israelites, and we're going to be in the midst of famine of the word. Enemy is going to be trying to search out for us, but you want to be out there preaching when the season is not right to preach. All right, this is 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 6. It says, not a novice, least be lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnations of the devil. So with that movement he was pushing and pulling, you gonna fuck yourself. Excuse my Hebrew, because you were acting like a novice. This dude was built with pride. And then I looked at like who the fuck is this dude? And I'm looking at his page, just all that Hebrew, Hebrew Israelites, got the pictures of, the chariots. No, not even the chariots, but you got the Lion of Judah, the so-called old pictures of melanated Hebrews. And then it was a picture with him and his shirt off. Then when I was cutting them with scriptures, he got offended. He was like, man, you look worldly. All I had on was just a black t-shirt, a chain on. Oh yeah, John 7 and 24. No, actually we can get Let's get John 7:24. But on his behalf, when I was getting John 4:1, he didn't try the Spirit, right? Tells you try the Spirit by the Spirit. Let me just make sure I'm not, because dude was pissing me off. Nope. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 John. Slug. Just want to make sure we get, these precepts off. It says 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the Spirit whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." All right, even though that's not really the one I wanted, Salakia, but this is the one I wanted to get. So, because he was looking at my outer appearance, and I don't really see much. And I'm like, dude, you a hypocrite. You fucking, like, I don't know, you got your shirt off, and bro, you look weird. But regardless, hey man, we got a lot of weirdos out here. And it says this is John chapter 7 and verse 24. It says, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." Because technically I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was minding my own business, staying out the fucking way. But yet you wanted to poke your nose into, something that didn't need to be, you didn't have no business doing. All right. It was another one. What's another point that I wanted to say? Let me go back to that Timothy real quick. No, I got the point off. Because you were coming in that spirit, or you just preaching. Yeah, if you want to teach, go to YouTube. These other sites can pick up on algorithms, man. And then it came to a point, I'm like, bro, just go. Then they banned them. You can see the little tag, this person, I think his name was like Big Judah King, something like that. He got banned, and I didn't even like report him. I was going to block him or something, because, we don't have scoffers, man. Because he started to scoff, and he started to spew. He was basically saying, like, for example, the Sabbath. It's only how churches be like Sunday, but that's not the case. The Sabbath changes, but that's just a little part of it. But didn't want to make it too long, But Lord willing, I hope this video is edifying. And again, I'm gonna give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles that great millstone, seeking this truth and sincerity, and all so we rule well. I'm gonna close out. Say shalom, and on to the next lesson.